Because your Lord Advocate is not your Lord Judge. That's the President of the Council of the Supreme Court. The Lord Advocate's your advocate. It's your lawyer. So you might want, if you're going into a court case, to have a bit more enthusiasm from the person who's meant to be representing you. And the Lord Advocate who's appointed by the First Minister. Now, the two Lord Advocates that I appointed, Elis Angelini and Frank Mulholland, I wouldn't have dreamt of trying to interfere in their judiciary responsibilities and the prosecution service and the criminal law. Perish the thought, would I want to interfere in anything like that? But in terms of their job as representing the government and placing the government in the best legal position, I would have expected them to support the government's position. And if somebody felt their conscience or their difficulty or their professional reputation was such that they couldn't make a convincing argument to any court, or much more importantly, take a bill through the Scottish Parliament, then they wouldn't have been Lord Advocate. It's ridiculous. I mean, in political terms, of your own advocate, you're only really wanting one thing if you actually think with Scottish independence. You want if you're going down the legal route in domestic courts, you want to be in the position of having an act of the Scottish Parliament pass and let your opponents come at you, so at least you'll be able to argue this is the determined will of the Scottish people through their Parliament expressed in the ballot box as your last line of defence, as opposed to meandering into the Supreme Court and say, we're not very sure, we don't have sufficient confidence, can you please give us the confidence we don't have in ourselves? That's absurd. Now, if the grand strategy is to so upset the Scottish people that they'll be moved into other action, you don't need to go through that process. It's a pantomime. If you believe that action is necessary, then you do what needs to be done in terms of the MPs and MSPs from Scotland expressing the confidence that's been placed in them by the people and by majority, organising themselves into a convention, a constitutional convention, to chart the way forward for the Scottish people. And if you have to defend your position, defend it in international courts where you've got a chance of success. In fact, you've got more than a chance of success. You're heavily odds on to be successful, as the UK lawyers would well know under these circumstances. For goodness sake, don't go into a court where you expect to lose as some sort of nifty political strategy just because you didn't have the sense to ask the Lord Advocate before you appointed her what was her opinion.